start for the Ring magazine. Delighted today to be joined with George Kambosos here on a nice Thursday evening for me, Thursday morning for yourself. I guess sparring all done for yourself, final preparations now ahead of your fight with Richardson Hitchins. George, it's good to be speaking to you. Yeah, how's things? How are you?
Yeah, good man. Obviously, yeah, Thursday night for you, Thursday morning for me here in Montreal, Canada. It's a beautiful morning actually. So sparring's done. Training camp is literally coming to an end, and we're moving into 4 weeks. So we're good. We're in shape. We're ready mentally, physically, spiritually, and very excited for this moment again.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess another challenge for a world title. Nothing that's different for yourself, but a typical sort of question I always ask. But how does camp go? I guess when moving up in weight, a new challenge at 140. How have you guys felt ahead of this fight with Richardson Hitchins, especially in Montreal as well?
Yeah, look, camp's been tremendous, really good camp. It's been like a roll on from January, February, March. I had the fight 12 rounds in March and then roll straight into that training camp, that 12 round fight into this training camp. So it's been one big camp, one big preparation, but we've been very smart. Obviously, I'm not as young as I once was, but I'm very smart with the way I take things, approach things, and I feel tremendous. I feel like I'm in my prime right now. Coming up at Division Two has been fantastic. Not having to kill myself to get down to that 135, drain myself in training and cut down on the calories. My calories are extremely high. My dietitian has me eating maybe too much. So
Yeah.
no, I feel good. I feel strong. I feel good. Sparring's been amazing, and yeah, look, another world title fight, another big opportunity, another big fight for George Kambosos Jr. Like we always see me in, and yeah, 3-0, Madison Square Garden. That's the plan.
Do you feel like you have this sense of maturity now where, you've been in so many big fights now? You look at the two Haney fight, the Teo
Mm.
fight, the Lomachenko fight as well, where it's like, look, you fight someone like Hitchins, who really it's the sort of his first headline show for himself, feel first title defense. You feel like, look, that maturity, that experience advantage, you feel like, look, I've seen this before, and whatever you bring, I've already seen it before. Do you feel like that gives you that different level of advantage?
Yeah, look, I said it to his face, in his eyes, that this is your first big big fight, first real big fight. Yeah, he had the world title fight in front of 300 people in Puerto Rico, but this is your first, your homecoming, New York. You're the champion now. You're fighting a big name. This is the first big fight. I've been there countless times. Like the guys you just went off, the guys that I fought, the resume that I have. Yeah, I'm mature. I'm relaxed. I haven't been too crazy with any antics. I don't need to be. I'm very focused, very zoned in, dialed in, tunnel vision, and let him talk. Let him sell the shows, his big shows, his big parade. So, see how many tickets you sell. It's on him. I'm focused on doing a job.
How does it feel being back in New York, somewhere that suppose holds a special place in your heart?
Yeah, look, New York is a good place for me. I'm excited. When I went to MSG for the face-off a couple of weeks ago, it was just good feelings when I go there. Just good memories. Obviously, had the Mickey Bay fight, great win there, and the Teofimo Lopez fight, great victory there. And now we're going for the trifecta, 3-0 there. It's huge. It's to already hold being Australia's only ever world champion, at Madison Square Garden, the most iconic arena in the world. To do it again, to double up on that history, it's yeah, it's that's big legacy for me, and that's what I'm chasing. That's what's driving me. So to go back to New York is a good moment for myself.
And for yourself, George, you've always been big into the visualization and sort of
Mm.
imagining things, etc. How special would it feel, sort of touching world honors again and visualizing yourself getting your hand raised to get a second world title at a different weight as well?
Yeah, it'd be special. I say it every day. I manifest it every day. I'm away from any distractions. I'm here in Montreal. Myself and my team very dialed in. Like I said, tunnel vision. My I'm away from all my luxuries at home. I'm away from being the father, husband. I'm ferocious Cambosis right here, right now. Eat, train, sleep. That's all it's been. So yeah, this is been focused, been manifesting it. I see it, I envision it, and I can't wait to have my hand raised. I know I will. No doubt about it.
Richardson Hitchins, He's always got a fair share to say. Does that make a difference for you? I know you always do like a back when you do talk as much as he does. Does that make a difference and give you a little bit of an extra edge?
Look, yeah, he likes to talk. A lot of the stuff that he says is, nonsense. We see it, but I've just been so focused, so zoned in, and it's his big show. It's his homecoming. Let him talk. Let him sell it. How many tickets can he sell? So for me, I don't need to sell nothing. I've had my part in selling big fights, doing big stadium fights. I'm very focused. Let him do all the hard work now.
Do you think he's a big seller in New York
No,
compared to?
I don't know
Yeah,
how the tickets going. Are they selling? Not
I,
my
I haven't.
problem.
I haven't looked. I haven't looked. Is it nice to not have that? I guess not have that pressure. I guess in a sense, because obviously the last fight was in Sydney, and so now I have the pressure where it's like almost on his turn. A little bit of like a relief. For you.
Yeah, look, it's hard work. When you're not only the champion, you're the name, you're the seller, you're the promoter. You've got your fighters on the card. Let's go back to the Haney one fight when you're selling out a big stadium, and you got to be a little bit more antics and talk a little bit more, and say some things which obviously at that point were said. Yeah, it's hard work when you got to do all the media, when you got to go everywhere and do it all. Yeah, it's draining. It's hard work. So yeah, there's no pressure on me. I have literally been eat, sleep, train, repeat here in Montreal. Obviously, do a couple interviews with guys like yourself on the Zoom, and yeah, it's his job. It's his job to do it now. You're the big mouth. You're the big seller. Go on. But I bet you there'll be more Kambosos fans in that arena.
Yeah, and then you say that when we spoke about earlier about yourself being used to the occasion, do you feel like that factor as well? Like it gets him ahead of himself, having the world title. That sort of could get ahead of himself. So,
Yeah, look,
compared
I
to
see it already. I see it already that he's very focused on a lot of other guys, and it reminds me of someone that I had to go and handle business against, a few years ago at MSG. So um, he really hasn't done too much, man. When you break it down, what's he done? Who's he really beat? He beat another Australian guy for a title in front of 300 people in Puerto Rico. The Lemnos fight we saw, the Mendes fight we saw. What else? Who else really has he fought? So, look, I think he's trying to really hype himself up. This is his first big fight. This is his real test against a guy who's been in there with the best of the best. And yeah, I'm coming to win this fight. Like I said, I've done the hard work. I put in a massive amount of preparation. At 140, I feel amazing. New division. Got my first taste of it a couple of months ago. This is the most active I've ever been. A good fighter, who's an active fighter, and to have two fights, within like 6 months, 5 months, is incredible for me. It's first time in my career, so I feel good.
you mentioned there about his last opponent, Liam Paro. I know you tweeted a couple of weeks ago about his displeasure or I guess disrespect towards yourself. Was that disappointing to hear from Paro and that side, sort of backing against you, I guess, and against a fellow countryman like yourself?
It's cool. Like I said, good for him. I'm a gentleman about things. I supported him. I support every Australian fighter. Whatever he wants to say, um, this, that, he wants to bet. Well, go on, do whatever you want. Bet with whatever, little money you have. Um, if you want to support someone else, that's cool. But we saw what happened. We saw what happened when you fought Hitchins. So try not to make it a little bit not a sour for yourself by saying what's going to happen with me. So yeah, all the best to these guys. Like I said, I'm good. I'm in continuous world title fights. I've won every belt. I'm gonna, become a two-division world champion. I fight on the biggest shows in the world, biggest cards. I've got a massive fan base worldwide. Made amazing coin from this game, and I'm happy in my life, and I do this sport every day because I love it. So yeah, you want to support me? Don't support me? Nothing. It doesn't really bother me.
Couple more for myself. Two former opponents of yours, Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney, were in talks for a potential fight. Looks like it's fell off now. Obviously, a lot of it, reports saying it from the Teofimo side, sort of some erratic behaviour from Teofimo in the last week or a couple of weeks or so. Obviously, a couple former opponent yourself, and you've had your fair share of back and forth with Teo. But I guess what do you make of this latest episode with Teo?
Yeah, look, obviously, yeah, we saw that it was done. The fight was on for August. Now it's fallen apart. Look, that's boxing. Sometimes things don't Behind the scenes, behind what people get to see, something might be a problem. Maybe he's, there's something else, another option. Maybe, he's ducking. I don't know. That's his business. That's Haney's business. That's my business is focused on Hitchins. So, look, if they fight, they don't fight. I know one guy that's stepped to both of them, fought them both. And, of course, fought the great Lomachenko, who today officially announced his retirement. It was an honour to fight Vasyl Lomachenko, but his last opponent bring such a big name to Australia for his last fight. So, I wish him all the best.
That's what I was about to say. My last question before I do let you go, obviously, I'm sure you pay tribute to Lomachenko, and you are the last person he boxed. So there's some honour in that, but you must look back at his career, and it must have been, I guess, an honour for yourself to share the ring with Vasyl as well.
Yeah, it was. That whole time, leading up to fighting Lomachenko, I was pinching myself still. He's a legend. He's a guy that I was looking at as a young kid, as an amateur coming through, and looking at him saying, "Wow, look at this guy! What a absolute legend!" And to actually grace the ring with him and be the last opponent of his, and that last final fight, which is the fight that's always going to stick in his head. The last fight is always the one that you're going to remember. Winning, obviously, he won the belt that night. That's an honor, man. So, I wish him all the best, fellow Orthodox, human being, and support him, whatever he does next. I know he's supporting me.
Top man, George. Look, appreciate you taking time to do. Always a pleasure to catch up with you, and all the best in New York against Richardson Hitchins. Top man, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, George. Thank you so much.